SSDs are going to take off. Netbooks are going to take off. You know, we think they're going to be 4 million in 2008, going to 10 million in 2009. And again, for those who have a good memory, the reason why that number is a little smaller than the Gartner data is we factored out the ultra-low-cost PCs in there. You know, from our point of view, we're extremely proud. We love the market. We love how it drives the SSD TAM. And you know, Sandisk continues to be a leader in the netbook SSD market. In the client computers, you know, SSD compete with hard drives. And they're going to continue to compete. Because in hard drives, it's going to be the battle of good enough. $1 per gigabyte, you'll never beat a hard drive. But once enough data is good enough, if 120 gigabytes is good enough, then forget 1.5 terabyte, just drive the cost down. So again, what we're seeing is, you know, today there's a premium of $400, $600 on SSDs. You get a 1% attach rate. I think maybe next year 10% attach rate. And again, 2010, if we keep on writing the price point and the cost points down, you know, 1 in 5 laptops ship with an SSD. So again, SSDs, I don't want to belittle the SSD TAM. It's still pretty huge, and that's going to penetrate quite a bit. But what's changing, what's really going to fundamentally change the industry, and it's going to be fun to watch because you know, whether it takes off this year or next year, I'm not sure, but it is going to take off. It's really PSSDs, which is our SSDs that are targeted for netbooks. Netbook plus the cloud, that solution is going to change everything. And we have a shot at hitting the rest of the 80% of humanity. So that's a big deal. So thank you for your attention, and enjoy the rest of the show. Intel's in this market, and Intel just announced a really high-end SSD product, and how do we see that influencing Sandisk? So a couple of things. First, that Intel product is not a netbook product. That's a classic notebook product. So obviously, that SSD costs, you can get 3 or 4 netbooks for the price of one of our SSD drives. So in terms of the notebook market, I mean, their competitor, they've launched it. You know, no one's shipping with it quite yet, because I haven't seen one in the product. So I mean, their competitor, they're a pretty pricey competitor right now, to be honest. I mean, they seem to be on the very high side. So, you know, again, I don't have any market data on how they're penetrating. And as a non-player in netbooks, right, it's just way too expensive. But I mean, obviously, but Intel's participating in this market as well. But it's not the $1,000 drive. It's back to what we said before. It's a few flash parts and a controller.
So who do you see as the main players in netbooks besides SanDisk?
In netbooks right now, Intel, Samsung. Big 3 are us, Intel, Samsung. There are a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's just Taiwanese involved. There's still a lot of small guys doing work.